Assalamu alaikum listeners. I am your host Arbaz Abasi and I welcome you all on the behalf of Experience Exchange. In today's episode, we have another very interesting and important topic to discuss. China's economic transformation in the last 40 years has had a huge impact on the global economy. This unprecedented economic scenario has attracted a lot of interest, particularly from developing countries looking to emulate and match China's success. In this video, we will discuss about the China's rapid disindustrialization and subsequent economic rise and economic growth, that how China's long-term approach and facilitative policies have enabled local industries to become competitive worldwide. So today's topic of discussion will be how China became an economic superpower. First of all, we are going to talk about China's industrial growth. The rate of China's industrial growth is unmatched in history. Within a few decades, after initiating widespread economic reforms, China emerged as an economic superpower. The largely agrarian economy transitioned into an advanced economy with the expansion of its manufacturing and service sector. China's industrial growth strategy paved the way for the country to become the largest manufacturer. Due to its industrial skills, it began to be the world factory. In the early years of People's Republic of China, the economy was largely agricultural based. Due to its policies, it had very limited linkages with the outer world. The economic progress was sluggish and devastating as millions of Chinese faced extreme poverty. In 1978, China's GDP was $149.54 billion and its share in the global economy was only 1.75%. For a country of 956 million people, the size of economy was too low. In the comparison, the United States at that time had a population of 222.6 million, but its GDP amounted to $2.35 trillion. From 1978 onwards, China made a remarkable transition in its economy, expanded many folds. Small town port cities turned into industrial hubs, and demand for Chinese products grew exponentially across the globe. The opening up of the Chinese economy also attracted huge amount of foreign inflows, within many Western companies shifting their operations to China. The further bolstered industrial activity in China and had gradually turned China into economic superpower. Chinese industries benefited immensely from the transfer of knowledge and technology from Western countries. They were able to efficiently contribute to the greater competitiveness of China's product in global markets. Now we are going to discuss Chinese growth model on which China worked upon and paved their way to the success. Following the success of China, many developing countries and their leaders have looked to emulate China's success. Perhaps the main reason to follow the Chinese model of governance is the fact that China was able to lift millions of people out of poverty and considerably improve the standard of living across the country. The unprecedented growth rate over a period of 40 years enabled China to move past many developed countries in terms of GDP. In the modern globalized era, many countries have struggled to compete with industrialized countries. China, however, was able to mobilize its resources and overcome the challenges traditionally faced by the developing countries. The China provide the local industries the right incentive to establish themselves locally and internationally. Now we are going to talk about China's industrial policy. The Chinese policymakers were able to achieve tremendous results with their plan that allowed rapid industrialization over many years. The policy design were complemented with sound implementation. In the early years of the reform era, industrial activity was mainly labor intensive. Since 1990s, capital stock per labor keep deepening, increased within many Chinese workers more efficiently. Along with state-owned enterprises, SOEs, private enterprises were also encouraged. The profit-oriented firms improved business practices and productivity in China. The progress made by private enterprises also state firms to enhance their productivity. The SOEs are the key planners in China's industry sectors and enjoy considerable support from China's financial institutions. Nonetheless, they have increasingly become profit oriented and are engaged in the business activity globally. We are going to talk about the scenario which China followed and become the industrial hub for rest of the world in just 40 years. First of all, we are going to talk about the economic growth and reform. China's economic transformation, which began with Deng Xiaoping's economic reforms in late 1970s, has become the central part of its economic rise. The country shifted from a closed, centrally planned economy to a more market-oriented one. This led to rapid increase in economic growth driven by many factors such as foreign investment, export-led manufacturing, and urbanization. China is now the world's second largest economy. Now we are going to discuss manufacturing and exports of China. China became known as the world's factory due to its low-cost manufacturing capabilities. This made it a hub for the production of goods and global market. The export-oriented approach helped China amass significant foreign exchange reserves and trade surplus. Now we are going to discuss about investment in infrastructure. China invested heavily in infrastructure development, including transportation, energy and telecommunication. This not only boosted domestic economic development but also facilitated global trade and connectivity through initiatives like the Belt and the Road Initiative (BRI). Now we are going to discuss about the technological advancement which China have made in these 40 years. China has invested heavily in research and development, becoming a leader in areas like telecommunication, 5G technology, artificial intelligence, AI, and renewable resources. This technological power has helped China secure a prominent place in global technical industry. Now we are going to discuss about the soft power. China has also invested in building soft power, including culture exchange program like they have media outlets like CGTN. This is a part of effort to shape the image and influence the international community. Now we are going to talk about political stability. China one-party system has provided political stability, allowing for many long-term planning and consistent policies. However, this has also raised concern about the human rights and political freedom. It is important to note that China's rise has not been without challenges and controversies. Issues such as human rights abuses, trade tension, territorial disputes, and cybersecurity concerns have complicated its actions. Additionally, the nature of China's superpower status has its implication for the global order remains subject of debate and analysis. China's path to superpower status is ongoing and its role in the world will continue to evolve in the coming years. The dynamics of China's relationships with other global powers, particularly the United States, will play a significant role in shaping the future of international geopolitics. I hope that you have learned a lot of new information from this video. Stay tuned with Experience Exchange for having such information and geopolitical scenarios which we will discuss in upcoming videos. Up till that time, take care of yourself and forget not to subscribe our channel. That's all from today's video. Assalamu alaikum.